Hello, Divine Beings. So this is Author Talk Series, Chapter 15, Activating My Light Language and Light Codes. And this is from my book, Journey from the Ego to the Heart Center. So as I continued on with my discovery, self-discovery of mastery and ascension, I was now curious to know more about light language, and I had become familiar with it in 2021 because I did a course, I did a workshop to activate it. But prior to that, I actually heard about light language in 2018, and I was very curious, and I connected with a lady who was doing personal transmissions for people when you wrote to her. And I remember sending off my name and I think it was my date of birth, and I just wanted a reading and see what comes through. And it was quite beautiful. It's hard to explain light language. Everyone has their own interpretation, but I think there's a consensus. Basically, it's a universal soul language. It's not something that the logic brain can decipher. It sounds like vocal chanting, vocal toning. Some people might sing. It might sound like a foreign language. Some people say it's talking in tongue, like if you were, a Catholic, you might say, oh, it's a bit blasphemous or you have to be careful. But if you have gone through ceremony, or if you are doing a blessing or calling in the channeling with the purest intention, like you're saying, I would like to connect to God or to my spirit guides with the purest intention. You'd like to receive a message for your highest good and the highest good of all. When you put a positive intention behind it, it will come in as a positive feeling, okay? And for some people, you might have to be activated through someone, like someone will have to teach you, or some people it just happens naturally. It just spontaneously comes to them out of nowhere. The body will know, the soul will know when you're ready to learn. So for me, in 2018, I asked for a transmission to be done by this lady. She sent it back, and there was a beautiful message, like through the channel of the angel realm. She sent me this beautiful message saying that they are honoring me for the gifts that I have and for the work that I do to help others on their journey. It's a beautiful sort of letter that she wrote to me from them, and it's in the book. I'm not going to read it out, but what I do like is that there's a section where she said there's a certain language, a light language that came through. It was called Salawa, and it was from the higher connections. And she said to me, this was my mantra, to say, today I give thanks for the light I give. Today I show honor for the light I receive. My words are wise. My heart is noble. I will stand in the battle line. I will rise with victory. No one will feel fear under my wing. I am that I am. And that just resonated with me on a very deep meaning. And then in 2021, I noticed there was a quantum healing workshop that was going to take place over a few hours on the weekend. I signed up for it, and it was done through a Zoom call. And our teacher explained what light language was, and she was going to help us activate it. And it was sort of like a ceremony where we had to talk to the north, the south, the east, and the west. And she had a script. And it was quite like shamanic. We were bringing in that attunement to get to that frequency, because with light language, there's different frequencies that you can go to. But for my particular course, I was going to connect to the 8th dimension. So I remember we learned it. We did the initiation, and then we went into our separate Zoom calls with, the breakout rooms. And at the time when I was with the other partner, she was able to do it, but nothing happened for me. It was almost like I had stage fright. I just didn't feel comfortable. And I said to her, I can't, it's just not happening. And she goes, no, that's okay, it's all right. And then when the whole course finished, the end of the night, I was in my back room in my old house, and I sat there and I thought, oh, okay, I'm going to see if I can do it on my own now. And I didn't press record. For some reason, I didn't record the first transmission, but I did the second one. But anyway, I sat there quietly and went into a meditation, and there was a sequence of numbers. You had to say it over and over and over again, because it's sort of like you're dialing into the universe. And when I said the numbers over and over again, then I got activated and my light language came through. And the next thing I know, here it is, the number, it sounds really weird, but you say 339-6815. You say that over and over again at the high speed. And within a few seconds, I literally teleported into the 8th dimension of consciousness. It was like my ego stood out of the way and just allowed this beautiful jet wash of light language to come through me. And it was amazing. Like I could actually hear, like my eyes would be flickering, and then my voice started to just change, and I went into this vocal toning. My voice was high pitched, it was exhilarating, it was joyful. I was like a maestro. I was doing all these hand actions and moving at high speed, my hands. And it must have gone for like 5-10 minutes easy. And then it just stopped. And I was like, whoa, what just happened there? Like all this stuff just came out of me, and I was like singing like an opera singer, and then I was like making all these low sounds, and it sounded very like a chanting sound and a foreign language. And I remember I ran to the rest of the rooms where everyone was sitting doing their own thing, and I'm like, did you hear it? Did you hear me? And they're like, no, I didn't hear it. My husband didn't hear it. My son, my daughter, all missed it. I was just by myself. Only my cats saw it. They must have been like tripping out what was going on. So the second round, I thought, that's it, I've got to record. So I recorded it. And again, I just went into this transmission. And it was just like, whoa, what just happened? And it's quite confronting. Like some people just find it a bit strange to see me, my voice starts to change sometimes, or I might sort of like move like I'm contorting, because it's like this energy field steps into me for a few minutes and then it sort of just finishes. But like I said, I'm not scared by it. I don't feel like I'm possessed or anything's taken over my body. It feels so joyful afterwards. I feel really happy. When I say the vocal toning to a friend, if they ask me, oh, can you do some sound healing? I usually do it afterwards. And they understand it. Their soul understands it. It's not their logical brain. Some of my friends can go, I know what was being said. It was this, this, and this. And it's usually like a message specifically for them. For me, it's just like I act as the conduit. I act as the vessel to receive the message. And it's sort of like what Abraham Hicks, like Esther Hicks does it. There's a few people I know and a few friends that are able to practice light language. But you've got to be comfortable in your skin. You've got to be comfortable in your body to surrender and allow it. Because your ego, if you're still in your ego, it won't let you do it. It will be scared and in fear. But if you surrender and you know that it's in the highest of intention and it's the purest light force energy or light energy that comes from the divine creator, and you trust in your angels and you trust in your spirit guides, then there shouldn't be any harm. It will actually feel good afterwards. It should never make you feel exhausted and feel heavy and tired and irritable. If anything, you will feel a burst of energy, and that's how I always feel when I practice light language. So you can check it out. I'm not going to do it on the video. I was thinking about it, but I thought sometimes it's a little bit confronting. So you can go to my YouTube page where I'm posting these videos. There are heaps of videos of me doing light language, and then you can go and check it out there. But for me, I find it so helpful. I've used it a lot when I've had a sore throat. I can do light language to heal, because there's a quantum metaphysical healing that also takes place from the sounds. And when I use my hands in light language, which is a lot of like swirls and vortex movements, sort of like this, if I do those movements while I'm doing light language, they also help to heal. And I've used it many times where I've had a sore throat, and it just helps to open up my throat chakra and clear it away. And I've also done it for other people, and sometimes they'll just get like a jolt, or they'll hear the message and they'll go, oh, I needed to hear that, thank you so much, because they can feel through the sound that they're either getting lectured or they're getting held and told you are loved and you need to, surrender to the moment or follow your purpose in life, what's holding you back. There's all different things that will come through, but it's a beautiful universal soul language. It has nothing to do with English or this 3D language that we use. Your soul will resonate with it, and that's all that matters. So that's my chapter and my explanation for activating my light language. There are courses that you can do if you want to explore it, but it's important to be able to do a bit of meditation, be comfortable in your body, because it can, like I said, it can be confronting. But if you are comfortable and you know yourself, and you know that when you practice it, you're doing it in the purest of intention for goodness, then you'll be okay. And I think if more people were able to activate it, they would be in a better state as well, not only in their mind, but also mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. So that's my summary from my book, Journey from the Ego to the Heart Center. Bye for now.